Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Salem117. Before I start this video, I wanted to say that next week I will do a special video, a surprise video for this channel. Basically, I bought something on Amazon, and unfortunately, no, it's not a new microphone, even though I wish I could have bought it, but that will be later on, maybe, we shall see. But I also bought something that I'm really excited for, and I hope I will be able to share it with you all, because it's a particular show that I really loved watching since my early childhood days, and I still love that show till this day. And I always wanted to get that certain animated show on in my animation collection. And some of you probably know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to spoil it because like I said, it's a surprise, and I'm really excited for it. So I hope you guys will be able to wait till 3rd of June. I believe it will come out. I believe the show will be arriving at my place. But I hope you guys will be patient enough, and hope you guys will like that short video when I will announce that surprise video. But anyways, let's get back on track, and let's get back on the actual video. Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Salem117. Today I wanted to talk about something shit. What can I say about this? But it's kind of... I've been talking about action cartoons a lot, and I wanted to talk about exactly why I enjoy action cartoons. And action cartoons, for some reason, are not talked about much by people nowadays. It's like action cartoon genres are slowly dying out. Now, of course, there's some action cartoons like Voltron Legendary Defender. No, God! That doesn't count. Troll Hunters and stuff like that, but I still can enjoy action cartoons even even in the previous years. And I enjoy them mostly because the action cartoons have really good writing, jokes that I don't feel like I'm gonna groan a lot, and really intimidating villains, and also some really dark episodes, like, no kidding. And compared to today's action cartoons, you don't see that kind of stuff nowadays, but some people might argue that Steven Universe or Adventure Time have dark moments, but I don't count them as action cartoons. Like, if you want me to talk about it, then check out my previous video in the link of the description when I'm talking about what action cartoons really mean, so you could get a better understanding what is an action cartoon, what is not an action cartoon. But like I said, check out the previous video if you want to know more about it. The reason why I love action cartoons is for one reason, and it's the excitement for it. Every time when I watch an action cartoon, it feels like my testosterone levels just went up to 11 billion, and I just feel like I feel like a badass now. Like, I always had that feeling every time when I watch certain action cartoons like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003, Batman Beyond, Spectacular Spider-Man. I feel like a badass. And when I watch action cartoons that are about superheroes, I feel like kind of like this kind of superhero. I feel like it'll be awesome to know what it is to feel like a superhero. But what I really like about the action cartoons is not just the action, but also the storytelling. If you get really good writers and producers to make an action cartoon, and especially when you're making an action cartoon that is originally, you know, from a comic book, and you have people that actually grew up with the comic book or a video game or whatever, you can make a really good action cartoon that has really good writing, really likable characters, and also really great action. My favorite action cartoon, of course, if you probably already don't know, is the original Teen Titans. And what I love about the original Teen Titans is the fact that it has really likable characters. A lot of and I like that even though the show takes itself seriously, at the same time the characters just want to chill out, goof off, because you know they are teenagers and they act like teenagers. You don't, and of course it's not like on like comparing to. I will not say that that Atrocity's name because I think it's getting a little bit redundant right now, but with Teen Titans, even though they are teenagers, it's not like they don't take things seriously. They know what it means to have responsibilities, know when to grow up as a better person, especially during certain situations when you lose someone you care about, and many other stuff like that. And that's what I really love about action cartoons, mostly because they have good characters. I really like Batman Beyond, mostly because Terry McGinnis as Batman is, even though he's a serious Batman, but he's not way too serious like the original Bruce Wayne Batman. Because Bruce Wayne, you know, his parents are dead, he takes things a little too seriously, and you know, he's a master detective. He knows everything basically, because you know he's Batman. And but with Terry McGinnis, he's basically like he's pretty much starting out as Batman. He needs to make difficult decisions, and when the series progresses, he learns what it means to be Batman and what it means to be responsible, what it means to have responsibility of Batman. It's always the suit that makes him Batman, but also his skills, his knowledge of using certain gadgets. It's what makes Batman. And one of the episodes of Batman Beyond really showed that when Bruce Wayne actually gave Terry his old gadgets, like his old utility belt, and Terry McGinnis wearing Nightwing's mask.
It's my fault. I should have stayed here and made sure there was nothing left of him in that suit.
Can't do anything about it now.
Yes, I can. He said he needed to use his old lab.
Where do you think you're going?
To Vance's lab. To stop him.
How?
I'll figure something out.
Look what the suit did to that wall. You think you can go up against that?
Sometimes I ask myself, is Batman just the suit, or is he the man inside? Time to find out.
Terry. Better take this. It's got some things you might be able to use.
Thanks.
I'd give you one of my old costumes, but most of them are pretty torn up. You know, bullet holes, burns, gashes.
I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work. I'm still going.
You know, it could have been awesome if he actually wore Nightwing's outfit. That could have been awesome, like a big homage to Dick Grayson. They didn't mention Dick Grayson in one of the episodes where Terry goes to a friend's mother's wedding party because she married some other dude. Like she is basically kind of get divorced a lot of times and just marries a guy that is like marries a guy that is super rich or something like that. And there's a cameo of Dick Grayson basically in the Terry borrows a tuxedo from Bruce, and there in the tuxedo it says DD. And yeah, I know someone in the comments is gonna make a dick joke or something, but it's a real cool homage to Dick Grayson. And Terry asks who's that, and Bruce doesn't answer. And when I saw that scene, I'm like, oh no, don't tell me Dick Grayson is actually, died of old age. Like, we actually don't I actually don't know how. In Batman the Animated Series, they never specifically say how old is Dick Grayson. I feel like he's a teenager in the animated series. But later on, when he became Nightwing, I believe he becomes. I think he later becomes an adult now, probably the same age as Bruce, but a little bit younger, I believe. They never specifically said how old is Dick Grayson, but getting off topic here. I'm sorry, I just love Batman's character, especially from Batman Beyond and Batman the Animated Series, because I feel like Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond. Batman the Animated Series especially pretty much revolutionized action cartoons, and without Batman the Animated Series we wouldn't get shows like the Justice League, Superman with the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, SWAT Cats, Spectacular Spider-Man, or even Spider-Man the Animated Series, and etc. Without Batman the Animated Series we wouldn't get serious action cartoons that have really good, likable characters that have dealing with depression and also keeping their identities a secret. I really like that from Batman the Animated Series, because Batman the Animated Series is one of the first cartoons basically that had a really serious take on children's programming. It doesn't treat kids like idiots. It can actually have adult themes, and well, not to extent that shows sex and violence or something like that. Violence to the point that people bleed to death. But you know what I mean. And I really miss that from action cartoons nowadays, because nowadays it's just like. It's like action nowadays from today's action cartoons is really toned down to the point it doesn't feel as badass as compared to 90s and mid 2000s, because a really good example of big brutality from an action cartoon is definitely from the original Ben 10 series from 2005. That show has brutality to the maximum. It doesn't hold back. It always keeps on going. And damn, this show was brutal. Even though they don't show blood or anything like that, even the original Ben 10 series could take itself seriously. Vilgax was a terrifying villain. They keep on making a really big mystery about the Omnitrix and really has big world building, especially with the whole universe at stake kind of deal with Ben 10, and I kind of like that from the original Ben 10 series. Some people say when Ben 10 Alien Force was arrived, a lot of people, especially some Ben 10 fans, feel like it doesn't feel like Ben 10 because they toned down the action a little bit, and the animation doesn't feel as high quality compared to like the original Ben 10 series and Generation Rex. But I don't know, it does kind of feel right at the same time, because the first two seasons of Alien Force, they kind of took a much more mature themes of the story of the Ben 10 series, because Ben now is 15 years old and he takes things a little bit more seriously compared to his 10-year-old life, because you understand, Ben is growing up, he's more mature now. But when season 3 happened, they kind of went back to the original series where Ben 10 becomes a complete douchebag, doesn't take things seriously anymore. Even they made Vilgax a less terrifying villain compared to the original series. And I kind of feel like when the Ben 10 series kind of went on, they make the series a lot worse, because, Cartoon Network loves to milk that franchise to the fucking death, like Nickelodeon does with SpongeBob. And it is kind of weird that we don't get as many action cartoons nowadays that compared to 90s and mid 2000s, mostly because some people say that kids don't care about action cartoons because they're more invested in video games, and I feel like that is a complete BS, because we had video games since like freaking 70s or 80s, I believe. I think in the 80s they were really popular, but in the 80s we had action cartoons like the original Thundercats, He-Man, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Transformers, but even then kids weren't turned off by action cartoons because some people actually can't play video games. Some people who are responsible parents don't let kids play video games way too long because it will hurt their eyes and kind of will get way too addicted to video games, so they need to take a break later on. And when they just kind of like, I feel like I want to watch something cool, they turn on the TV and watch something on the TV like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Thundercats, whatever. And we had video games before. For example, I played PS2 a lot, but it's not like I was turned off by action cartoons. I still loved watching Codename Kids Next Door, Samurai Jack, Megas XLR, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2003, Batman Beyond, Spider-Man Unlimited, and I can go on because there are so many action cartoons that came out during 2000s and also 90s. But with the 90s, I don't know. There's some action cartoons that hold up well, like I said, Batman the Animated Series, Spider-Man the Animated Series, X-Men the Animated Series. What else? What else was in the 90s? I think Thundercat. I think Thundercats was no, not Thundercats, SWAT Cats. I think people had some weird obsession with cats at the time, especially Hanna-Barbera, because they had a lot of cat cartoons like Tom and Jerry, Top Cats, SWAT Cats. I don't know what was the deal with that obsession, but whatever. But SWAT Cats was also a 90s cartoon. But one of my biggest problems I have with action cartoons that are basically, gone is the fact that some action cartoons don't last very long because they get cancelled because either toy sales or the action cartoons are too violent for kids. And I'm like, why would you... Like, I really hate the fact that so many good cartoons get cancelled because executives believe, or some also just... No, I can't say that. Copyright! You hear that, right? You can't even add music anymore! Oh, Jesus Christ, I really hate how YouTube is becoming nowadays, but where was I going with this? Oh yeah, and it's kind of really hard to get action cartoons the way you want them, because I have an action cartoon idea. I want to make it as brutal as possible with really good animation. Maybe I want to try to find people that could help me out to make an action cartoon. Maybe draw some sketches to show these people like an example what ideas I have for the character designs and models. So people can draw their versions of, more detailed versions of these characters and show them and make me think, do I like this design or not? Kind of like I wouldn't mind being a producer of action cartoons, and also the writer, because okay, maybe find a more suitable writer, maybe, but I wouldn't mind actually being on it with a really talented animation team that actually does create and show an action cartoon series that creates a really good action show that a lot of people could enjoy, and really good animation, and doesn't focus too much on freaking political agendas or whatever, because my biggest problem is the fact that we live in a world where everything is way too PC, especially in the West. I think the chance I have to make a good action cartoon series with actual character development, with some really good action, high stakes and whatever. The only places I could actually create something like this is probably either on Netflix maybe, or Adult Swim, or or going to Japan, but I can't go to Japan because I need to learn Japanese, and English is not exactly Japanese forte. It's not like Japanese don't know English, but for them English is like a really complicated language, I believe. I apologize if I offended anyone in Japan. That wasn't my intention. If anyone in Japan knows English real well, I'm giving you thumbs up for that. If anyone in Japan actually watched this, because like I said, it's not like completely. It's not like I still love watching anime. Like I said, I bought Hero Academia for 70 euros, and it's kind of, it was insane. But like I said, it was the last copy. I really loved that anime, and I'm real happy for that purchase. And I also bought another animated show, like I said, a surprise, for a bit more higher price, but I really wanted to have that animated show, and I really wanted to have that animated show in my animation collection for a long time. But like I said, it's a surprise, so I'm gonna zip it. But yeah, I'm trying to be more positive and not talk about certain animated shows that I believe they actually know they're really bad, but people get super offensive when I talk about them. Yeah, you know what I mean. But that is it so far. I don't know what else to say. I really love action cartoons, and also said my action cartoon ideas. If you loved watching this video, I actually applaud you, and I just want to move forward with my life and actually, you know, like I said, I love animation, and I want quality stuff for animation, not quantity stuff. Because sure, money is important to earn, but also it is also important to create some real quality stuff that anyone in any age could enjoy, not just kids. And the fact that kids networks like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and even Disney, for that matter, are just like downplaying good quality shows for more shipping stuff or political stuff or whatever, it's kind of really distracting the fact that you are supposed to make a good quality content for children's programming. But what am I to judge? You know, it's just for kids, am I right? Like, I fucking hate that excuse. I'm sorry. Every time when people say it's just for kids, it's not for you, I always immediately get pissed off, and I already made a video why I hate that excuse. If you want to check out that video, I will put the link in the description, and yeah, 2 videos in the link in the description so you could have a better understanding what I mean by these topics, like what action cartoon really means, and why I hate the it's just for kids excuse. So yeah. So you guys don't wait. So this video doesn't take too long to edit and, you know, being rendered. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Share this video with others if you love action cartoons as much as I do, and support my channel if you want to. Any ways you can, and I would really appreciate it. And like this video if you actually really like this video. Well done, but like I said, I'm not trying to be forceful with the likes as much as I can, because I just want to have fun, and I want to make videos with good content as much as possible. But yeah, I will see you guys later, and this is Helm 7 signing off.